Today we will start with the unit 7, that is test measurement and evaluation. Let's start with the 7.1, which is define test measurement and evaluation. What is test? Test is a device or technique used to measure the performance, skill level, or knowledge of a learner on a specific subject matter. A test is a specific tool or procedure used to draw out or uh, elect a response from the student in order to gain information. A test is a tool or instrument or means of collection of information of any attributes, properties, or inquiries of any person or anything. We also call sometime test is a examination or quiz. A test is commonly defined as a tool or instrument of measurement that is used to obtain data from a specific trait or characteristics. Measurement. Measurement is a technique of evaluation that uses tests and other procedure and instrument is generally precise and objective, generally result in quantitative data, and characteristically can express its results in numerical form when indicating ability or capacity in some traits or characteristics involving fitness, motor skill, knowledge, value, or process. A measurement is a score that has been assigned on the basis of the test, and it is the process of collecting the data on the properties or attributes of interest during the administration of test or by some other reliable sources. The measurement takes place. Evaluation. The statistical treatment of analysis of data as per the purpose of the test is called evaluation. Evaluation is the process of determining the value or worth of measurements collected through tests. Evaluation is a process of education that uses data gathered from the product and the process by means of measurement technique. Evaluation becomes a process for judging how effective the educational experience has been for the students. Some corresponding example for test measurement and evaluation indicating interrelationship among them. Some examples for all three is interrelationship. In test question paper of written examination, uh, questionnaire of surveys, weighing machine or thermometer, etc. These are the example of tests. Measurement. Answer book written by the students are given score by the examiner. Scoring by the researchers. Weights in kg, temperature in degree, etc. Example of measurement. Now comes to evaluation. Fail, pass in individual paper, assigning individual values bad, good, very good, excellent to each answer, and assigning status uh, below average, above average, etc. to each measurement. These are the example of evaluation. Now come to 7.2, the importance of test measurement and evaluation in sports. Need and importance of test, measurement, and evaluation in physical education. To formulate the objective to realize whether the set objective has been achieved or not. If objective has not been achieved, then restarting the objective. To understand the need, objectives, and capabilities of an individual people and interest also. Evaluate the learner or feedback for the student. To evaluate teaching, that is feedback for the teacher, that is to make the teaching more concrete and effective. To evaluate program and curriculum in relation to objectives, appraisals of progress, of improvement of learner from time to time, diagnosis of learning problem, future influence or pre the predictions of future. Test measurement and evaluation as a tool of research for screening purpose. This can be for the students as well as the players for selection purpose. Diagnosis of postural defects to judge the value of worth of the coaching camp for clinical purpose, essential for guidance and counseling program, students performance, that is diagnosis, classification, achievement, improvement, and motivation. And teacher performance, assignment of grades, evaluation of units of instruction, evaluation of the curriculum, teaching effectiveness, and public relation. Now come to 7.3, the calculation of BMI and waist hip ratio. So what is BMI? BMI means body mass index and is used to calculate a heavy weight range from underweight to overweight people. BMI is often used by doctors, nutritionists, and fitness professionals to determine the best diet and exercise program for an individual. Body mass index is the latest tool to assess the amount of body fatness in a person. It is a calculation using a person's height and weight. Health professionals use BMI to determine if one is underweight, healthy weight, overweight, or obese. BMI can provide an indication of weight categories that could lead to future health problems. BMI levels are interpreted differently for adults and children, so different BMI calculators are used. Now, how is BMI used as a measure of health? BMI is used to screen the weight problems that may lead to future health problem. For most people, BMI is a reliable indicator of body fatness. The higher the BMI number, the more body fat of a person has. Now, how do you calculate BMI for adults? BMI can be calculated using the formula, that is body mass index is equal to weight in kg over weight square in meters. BMI can be calculated using the formula body mass index is equal to weight in kgs upon height square in meters. BMI calculator, an easier method is to use a BMI calculator. The adult BMI calculator is used to determine the BMI for people 20 years of age and over. Now, how to interpret BMI level for children? For those over 2 years to 20 years of age, calculating and interpreting BMI level is different than for an adult. The BMI is calculated from the child's weight and height, age, and sex. The children and teens, BMI is age and sex specification and is often referred to as BMI for age. Now, precautions while taking BMI. The first precaution when taking measurement of weight, you must zero the scale before the client step on to them. Ask the person to remove any heavily items from their pockets, that is keys, wallet, etc., and remove any heavy items of clothing or apparel, big jackets, shoes, woolen jerseys, etc. Ensure you note the person's state and time of day for testing to ensure any subsequent tests can be taken under identical conditions. That is, you have to check state of hydration, food consumed recently, etc. When measuring weight, ask the person to look straight ahead, and he has to stay still on the scales. Wait for the needle or digital screen to settle before recording and measurement. The second precaution when taking measurement of height, you must ask the person to remove their shoes prior to taking the measurement. Ask person to stand with their back to the wall and look directly forward. The back of their feet, calves, bottom, uh, upper back, and back of their head should all be in contact with the wall. They should be positioned directly underneath the drop down measuring device. Now, lower the measuring device until it reset gently on the top of your client's head and record the measurement. Now come to waist hip ratio. The waist hip ratio has been used as an indicator or measure of the health of a person and risk of developing serious health conditions. WHR is used as a measurement of obesity, which is turn which in turn is a possible indicator of other more serious health conditions. WHR has been shown to be a better uh, it's a indicator for cardiovascular diseases than waist circumferences and body mass index. Now comes to regional fat deposition. Abdominal body fat poses greater health risk than a fat stored in other areas. Male store more fat uh, centrally and have increased health risks associated with their body fatness. Now, how to measure WHR? According to WHO, the waist circumference should be measured at the midpoint between the lower margin of the uh, last palpate rib and the top of the iliac crest. Hip circumference should be measured around the widest portion of the buttocks with the tape parallel to the floor. WHR has been found to be a more efficient predictor of mortality in older people than waist circumference or BMI. Waist hip ratio is effective way to examine regional fat distribution. Now comes to 7.4 somatotypes: endomorphy, mesomorphy, and ectomorphy. Somatotypes. Somatotyping is a method of identifying people by their body shape There are three extreme category of somatotypes. One is endomorphic, second is mesomorphic, and third one is ectomorphic. A person with an endomorphic body type has been a tendency to put on fat, has a soft roundness of shape, short tapering limbs, small bones, and wide hips. A person with a mesomorphic body shape usually has a high proportion of muscle and bone, a large trunk, a heavy chest, broad shoulders, and narrow hips. A person with a ectomorphic body shape has a lean, fragile, delicate body, small bones, and a narrow at the shoulders and hips. Each somatotype has a 1 to 7 score, where 1 is low and 7 is high. Each person is measured to find their personal mark. A non-sports person may have the following combination, that is 4, 4, 3, 3. That is 4 is equal to medium endomorphy, 3 is equal to low mesomorphy, and 3 is equal to low ectomorphy. There are very few people with the extreme example of these body type. Most people have a combination of all three. The sports people generally have more muscle, uh, thinness, and fatness characteristics. A top class sport, however, will attract the best extremes of body type suitable to that game. For example, basketball will attract players who are all very tall and thin with uh, Steinway muscles falling into the ectomorphy mesomorphy category. Jockeys, swimmer, and marathon runners fall into the ectomorphy category. A center in netball, a gymnast, and a sprinter are all mesomorphic type. A prop in rugby would be the mesomorphy type. Now comes to 7.5 measurement of health related fitness. There are five main components: the cardiorespiratory endurance, muscular strength, muscular endurance, body composition, and flexibility. Now, what is cardiorespiratory endurance? Cardiorespiratory endurance is the ability of the body, circulatory and respiratory system to supply fuel during sustained physical activity, that is just like cycling. Now comes to cardiorespiratory endurance, how it is measured. You required equipment like stopwatch, bench, uh, and the procedure, the individual to be tested steps up and down the bench for continuous for 3 minutes, and after completing of test, the subject sits down and remains still. The heart rate is then measured and recorded, and the scoring procedure is the heart rate 1 minute post exercise is the subject's score for the test. Now, what is muscular strength? Muscular strength is the ability of muscles to exert force during an activity. The best example is weightlifting. Now, how to measure muscular strength? Measurement of muscular strength, it's a partial curl up, and the purpose to measure abdominal strength and endurance. Equipment required flat surface and a mat, and procedure is start by laying on the back with knees bent and the feet at about 12 inches from the buttocks. The arms are extended and keep aside. The subject slowly lifts shoulders and trunk towards to around 30 degree and touches his or her knees with the hand. Now comes to push-ups. Purpose of push-ups test is to measure upper chest and shoulder strength, and you required equipment like stopwatch, and the procedure is the subject should begin in a position on the hand and toes with hands kept shoulder width apart and elbow fully extended. Now drop the hips until the shoulders, hips, and knees are in a straight line. While maintaining this position, the upper body is lowered so that the elbow bend to 90 degrees. What is muscular endurance? Muscular endurance is the ability of the muscle to continue to perform without any fatigue. To measure muscular endurance, there is a test, 600-meter run or walk test. The purpose of the test to measure endurance and aerobic fitness, and equipment required are stopwatch, track, or area marked 600 meters. And the procedure, the subject should run 600 meter, and the scoring is the time is recorded in minutes and seconds and taken as a score. Rules are walking is permitted, but the object is to cover the distance in shortest possible time. Now, what is body composition? A body composition refers to relative amount of muscle, fat, bone, and other vital parts of the body. A person a person's total weight, body weight, what you can see on the bathroom scale may not change over time. Body composition. Measuring body composition is a skin fold measurement. It's a test skin fold measurement, and the purpose of this test to measure the triceps and calf skin fold thickness, and equipment required is caliper. Procedure of this test is skin fold measurement. Skin fold measurement involves measuring a double thickness of skin and amount of fat with a caliper. Tricep skin fold. The tricep site is located midway between the shoulders and the elbow. The pinch should be made slightly above the midway point so that the skin fold caliper can be placed directly on the proper location. The skin fold side should be vertical. Now, calf skin fold. For the calf skin fold, students place their right foot on a stool so that the knee is at a 90-degree angle. The calf skin fold site is located medially at the largest calf girth. The vertical skin fold should be grasped firmly with the thumb and the forefinger. The skin fold should be lifted away from the body tissue. The calf pinch is made slightly above the largest girth so that the skin fold caliper will be placed on the correct side. Now, scoring. The skin fold measure is registered on the caliper. Each measurement should be taken 3 times. The recorded score is median, the middle value of the 3 scores. To illustrate, if the reading were 7.0, 9.0 and 8.0, the score would be recorded as 8.0 millimeters. Each reading should be recorded to the nearest of uh, zero point 0.5 millimeters. Now, the last one is, what is flexibility? Flexibility is the range of motion around a joint. A good flexibility in the joints can help to prevent injuries through all stages of life. If you want to improve your flexibility, try activities that lengthen the muscles, such as swimming or a basic stretching program. Now, how to measure flexibility? It's a test known as sit and reach test. The purpose of this test to measure flexibility of lower back and hamstrings. Uh, the equipment required is flat surface, mat, sit and reach box. Uh, and the procedure is, the individual to be tested first remove his or her shoes and sits on floor with knees fully extended, feet shoulder width apart, and soles of the feet held flat against the end of the box. With hands on the top of each other, palms down, the legs held flat, the student reaches along the measuring line as far as possible. After three practices uh, reaches, the fourth reach is held while the distance is recorded. The purpose is to reach as forward as possible, uh, and the scoring procedure is, the distance is recorded in centimeters. So this is all. Thank you, and